we are going to be talking about stress, anxiety, and depression. Something that probably most of us at some point in our life have battled with. Everyone. I don't think there's a single person who would have said that I have not experienced stress, or I'm not feeling anxious, or I don't feel depressed, right? So most of us and all of us at some point of time have faced that. We are in an epicenter battling mental health, not only in India but globally. And majority of women really suffer with mental well-being. We have a maximum number of suicides by women in the country today. 89% of women say they're not getting enough rest and relaxation. 87% of women in India are saying they are constantly stressed. That's a huge population. Needless to say, men are in the same equilibrium, right? Trying to balance a lot of things. So what is stress and where does it really come from, right? So Kunjal, hi, Sai, good to see you. So where does stress comes from? You know, do we all have to feel stressed? Do we all have to feel overwhelmed? Do we always have to feel there is something, you know, we're carrying the weight of the entire universe on our neck and our shoulders? Do we have to really be in that space, you know? So a lot of the telling signs of stress, you know, stress manifests first in your mind, but then very quickly can show in your body. Here are a few telling signs that you are facing stress, okay, from the body perspective. You might have neck, shoulder, back pain. So a lot of chronic pain. People who have stress are constantly complaining of chronic pain. If you are somebody who is feeling, you know, lots of acidity, bloating, constipation, indigestion, so all of these conditions are also closely related to stress. Or if you're somebody who's struggling to sleep, if you feel there is a repetitive pattern that you're not able to go to bed and have a deep, experience deep sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours daily, right? These could be telling signs that you're stressed. The other things that can tell you that you possibly are extremely stressed is when you're not feeling energetic, right? When you are feeling fatigue, when you're feeling exhausted, and you don't feel that you have the energy to carry forward the rest of the day. So these are all telling signs that you are experiencing stress, okay? But where does stress originate from? If you're experiencing any of these, this is a telling sign that so the way you perceive the world and the way that perception is understood, the way you see the world and how you perceive the world in the brain, and your perception is what leads to your actions in real world. Can you believe that? See, perceive, and actions. See, perceive, and actions. So see, you perceive, it's your thought process, and then you act on that process. So for example, if there is a situation, say for example, you got laid off from a job, right? If you got laid off from a job, so you can look at it as an opportunity. You could actually look at it, oh my God, I got laid off, I don't have job, I don't have income, I don't have money, I don't have anything, right? That's the instant reaction of people. But if somebody is coming from an optimistic view of life, would sit back and say, hey, listen, I've been looking for a break in my life for a very long time. Maybe this would be a time when I can reinvent myself. Maybe this could be a time when I can career transition into something that I really love. Maybe this could give me that ample amount of time to spend time with my loved ones. So see, how you perceive things can change how you act. So now that the same situation has been perceived in two different ways from two different individuals. Okay, so the first individual is feeling completely overwhelmed with the situation, and hence they're going to take, they're going to have sleepless nights. They maybe sometimes may overeat or may not be able to eat. So all of these things start happening. But whereas on the other hand, when this person who's coming from this optimistic prism of life is feeling, he's able to make better decisions, because the brain, there is a balance between logic and reasoning, and you're able to look at a situation while being emotive of the situation, while being sensitive of the situation. You're able to make decisions which are rational and that will be beneficial for you in the long run. Okay, so perception, see, perceive and act. So the way the person has perceived the situation, the optimistic person, with the way he has perceived the situation, is going to start doing things or reacting with the spouse or family members differently. Will be more calm, composed, is able to make decisions, is able to rationalize things, and is able to look at life from a forward perspective. A lot of people who are feeling stress and anxiety have a feeling of that I'm being stuck. I'm feeling stuck and I can't move forward. I don't know, and are also feeling stuck in the past. So a lot of time is spent on what happened, right? What happened in my past, and a lot of time is spent on what could happen in my future, rather than being present in the moment now. So one of the most effective strategies a health and wellness coach will help you with when you're in a session is first help you to evaluate your life, right? Help you to understand and cultivate a deeper level of awareness within yourself in terms of how you're perceiving and how you're acting. A lot of times we conduct our lives without even having any idea of our own conduct, right? So the second thing as I talked about was mindfulness. So one of the things, the strategies the coaches would use would be helping you to be more mindful, and mindfulness is an act of being present in the now. Okay, stress and anxiety always happens when we are constantly stuck in the past or constantly being stuck in what could be in the future. The best approach for managing stress is being present in the now, right here, right now. If I'm here having this conversation, I am totally here. I'm not thinking about what's going to happen after the session, right? After this live. So being completely present in the moment and immersing yourself in all of that, right? Whether that is an immersion of, I'm standing in my kitchen right now because it was lunchtime. So if you're in the kitchen, if you're cooking, immersing yourself totally in it. If you're doing a yoga practice, immersing yourself totally in it. When you're with a spouse and having conversation, completely be present and hear them out and be able to respond to them in a manner that they feel they are being heard, right? So complete immersion in the now, in the present, is the best solution to manage stress, and it's easier said than done. It's not very it's not something that comes like this. It comes with practice. So here are a few tips that will help you to practice more mindfulness in your life. First of all, at regular intervals in your day, take a step back and see, take a step back and notice what's happening in your life. A lot of times we don't pay attention. We're just going on with the rhythm of the life, with everything that's happening around us. We are flowing with that rhythm without connecting with ourselves. So the first thing that we could do is step aside, take a moment, notice your breath. If your breath is shallow and you're breathing very heavily, these are telling signs that you're stressed, right? If your body feels heavy, the chest is tight, so all of these things are telling signs you are stressed. So take a moment and pay attention to the now. Sit for a few minutes, process what's happening around. So I think the first thing is to practice mindfulness is to connect with yourself. And the more we do that at regular intervals during the day, and all it takes is a few minutes, promise you, all it takes is a few minutes. Just step aside few minutes every day to take a recce with you. Just take an internal check, right? Do a temperature check of your life and look at what's happening. So one of that is a great strategy. And once you do that over and over again, then that becomes a habit. The second thing that you could do, anything else that will help you to connect with your thought processes. So meditation, a lot of people think meditation is an absence of thoughts. A lot of people think being in the meditative state means absence of thought, right? And that is why most people say, oh my God, I can't meditate because it's so hard. I can't do it. Truth be told, when somebody is meditating, they're in a state of being present with their thoughts. Okay? It's not about being in a state of thoughtlessness. It's about being present with your thoughts. So when you sit and meditate on a regular basis, right? When you sit and meditate on a regular basis, pay attention to the ideas and thoughts that are coming in your mind. Again, a lot of times we don't pay attention. We don't pay attention to what's occupying the most of our mind, because whatever is occupying the most of our mind is occupying most of our day. You know, it has sabotaged your brain, it has sabotaged your life, and a lot of times we don't even know what's sabotaging our life. So take a moment and every day, as much as possible, even if it is 5 minutes, set aside for meditation. And as you sit for meditation, always choose the same place. Try and do it at the same time, because the body is going to catch a rhythm. And every time when you don't do practice, I can tell you this from my own practice, when you don't do practice, it will invite you to sit in for meditation. Okay? So sit for meditation, pay attention to your thoughts. See what's clouding, what's sabotaging your brain, what is hijacking all your thoughts. And when you think about that, and when you then come out of meditation and look at your life, everything that's happening in your brain, all the amazing, all the so many thoughts, it's probably clouding your life right now. So once you cultivate that awareness, it's very important to declutter. So decluttering the brain, it's not only just decluttering your house, it's also very important to declutter your brain, to do a brain detox, for a lack of a better word. So it's very important to identify, okay, these are the thoughts that are not helping me, and these are the thoughts that are, really, this is where I need to really focus on. So identifying thoughts in your mind that are instrumental to your growth, and thoughts and ideas in your mind that are detrimental to your growth, and making a note of that, right? So these things really are very helpful, and most people don't pay attention to that. Thank you for so many hearts out there. I love it, right? So most people don't pay attention to what's happening in their thoughts. Okay, for some of the people who have just joined in right now, I want to just recap a lot of things. First of all, stress could be good or bad. Okay, stress is not always just bad. Okay, because when we don't have stress, we are going to be complacent in our life. Imagine if you had no stress whatsoever in life. No stress means I will have no desire to grow as an individual. Right? I will never push boundaries. I will never try anything new. I will become a couch potato, right? So stress is important. So stress is very critical. If we don't have stress, we are going to be complacent. We are never going to grow and evolve. And as human beings, we need to grow and evolve to feel fulfillment in our life. Okay? Stress only becomes bad when it starts impacting your quality of life. As I've mentioned, when you're not having enough energy, when you're fatigued, when you're tired, when you're not getting enough sleep, you have digestive issues, you have chronic pain, you have now at the risk of lifestyle diseases. These are all telling signs manifesting in your body that you are stressed. Some of the few effective strategies that somebody says, how's my health? I'm going to definitely talk about it. So some of the effective strategies I said was, pay attention to what you see, how you perceive what you see, and how you act on your perception. Okay? So when you have connection on what you see, what you perceive, and how you act on your perception, you will have better control in your life. Okay? You will have better control of your life. The few other things that I talked about very, very powerful, is mindfulness. Mindfulness is an act of being present in the now, not spending too much time in the past, not spending too much time what's going to happen in the future, but being here, right here, in the moment. Full immersion. Full immersion if you're cooking, if you're cleaning, if you're bathing your child, bathing yourself, going out, having a good time, laughing, full immersion in the present. People say who have, who are regular practitioners of mindfulness, they live longer. They are able to make decisions, right? Because when you're mindful and you're able to life, then you have better understanding of your values and beliefs in life. And when there is a clarity on my values and beliefs and my outlook towards life and where I really want to go, the likelihood is you're going to be less stressed. Because indecisiveness, the inability of our inability to make life decision also leads to stress. So mindfulness is very, very important. Can you imagine people who practice meditation and deep breath have actually a bigger brain size? They actually have a bigger brain size, and this has been scientifically proven, right? And they're able to separate emotions and logic and are able to make effective decisions in their life. The second thing I talked about was to meditate, right? Meditate. Even if it's 5 minutes, same place, same time, same location, do it every day, because it'll allow you to connect with your thoughts and allow you to look at your brain and see what are the ideas and thoughts that are sabotaging your brain. And this is the time to do the brain detox. Declutter your brain. Get good riddance of the thoughts that are detrimental to your personal growth and upliftment. And act and take actionable steps. All of this is very easy to say, but that's exactly what a health coach works with you. The health and wellness coach, like myself and my team, will work on helping you cultivating that deeper level of awareness, connecting with yourself deeper, understanding what your thoughts and typical patterns have been in your life. Break old patterns that are detrimental in your life. Cultivate newer habits that are going to help you to feel more abundance and fulfillment of life.